Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and I am going to go through my digital story and talk a little bit about my financial management. I'm just going to read off each question and then answer them just to make sure I answer them all. So the first question is when, what, and from who did you learn about money and how to manage it? So I actually started learning about money from a pretty young age. I got my first kind of job working for my dad in sixth grade. And so because I was making more money and actually had money to manage, my parents wanted me to open up a checking account. So I did that, and that's kind of where it all started. My parents are definitely the ones who taught me everything. They taught me how to balance my checkbook and keep the register up to date. So those were kind of probably the very beginning of my money management. The second question is, did your family talk openly about money? Yeah, my parents were pretty open about it. Although they didn't talk about how much they spent or how much they made, they were very open about how they went about their financial management, which I think was the key. They always talked about save when you can, don't buy things that you can't afford, always pay off those credit card bills. Just kind of a lot of those core principles were something that I learned, and they were very open about and willing to talk to me about. The next question is, what did you learn about money management from observing how finances were handled in your home? So like I said, never buy something that you don't have the money for. Pay off your credit card bills at the end of the month. If you're not going to be able to fully pay off that credit card bill, that's probably a purchase that you need to rethink. The next question is, what responsibilities have you had for managing your money? So because the money that I have is what I make, it's always been up to me what to do with it. But I was pretty much responsible for everything that I kind of would need to be responsible for. So when I got my first car, I had to pay for gas, and I used to have to pay for part of my cell phone bill. I knew a long time ago that college was going to be up to me. Tuition, rent was all on me. So I've had to be really extremely careful with my money throughout my life, because I knew that once I hit college, I was really going to need as much as I could. Next question, at what age did you take on each of those responsibilities? So I kind of just took them on as they became relevant. When I got a car, then I started paying for gas. When I graduated college, then I had to really start worrying about how to pay for tuition and everything. For what are you responsible now? Pretty much everything except for insurance and doctor's appointments, because we have an HSA account that can reimburse us for that. But so I'm responsible for tuition, rent, utilities, groceries, books, clothes, entertainment, any trips I want to go on. That's all on me. What are your strongest skills related to money management? So I would say my strongest skill is just always looking for the cheapest option. I'm never going to go with the first thing I find. I'm going to do my research and find the best deal and what's going to give me the best value for my money. The next question is, where do you have room for improvement? I would say my room for improvement is definitely more related to budgeting and tracking, although I always try and keep that mentality of, Rachel, you don't have money, you just don't spend money, and I try and be as cheap as possible. I think that if I budgeted and tracked things a little better, I'd be able to stick to spending goals a little better, and I'd be able to hold myself accountable and then feel like I've accomplished something if I stay within those limits that I've set for myself. The next question is, what are your biggest worries about money? My biggest worry is definitely just running out. I'm going to come out of college with about $80,000 worth of debt. I do have a savings account, but that gets dipped into almost every month because I just don't make enough at my student job to cover rent and utilities and everything. I also have my study abroad coming up in May, which will come out of my savings account as well. So I really am just worried about making it through senior year. The next question is, describe at least one successful experience and one not successful experience from your financial management career. So I'd say my most successful was entering college with $14,000 in savings. That was from me working and saving my graduation money, and it's really helped me for covering rent and utilities and everything when working just doesn't cover it. I would say my least successful experience was not saving enough during freshman year. Loans covered room and board, so I just didn't save. Even though I didn't have those expenses, and so I do regret that and wish I would have focused on that when I had the opportunity. What did I learn? If you have the opportunity to save money, just take advantage of it. Never let that go. And then based on reflections, what is most important for you to learn from this class? I would say to work on that budgeting and just being able to plan better and have that forward-looking view. So yeah, that's me and my financial management strategies and where that all came from. Thanks.